here too.
And we are live. Hello out there. Welcome on in to the cargo bay, where it's time for a little bit of hobby talk.
Hobby talk, hobby talk.
Wow, are we gonna get a copyright strike for that? BC?
Is it too close to Blue's Clues?
I was thinking it was too close to like nice little Steely Dan lick.
It could be a little Steely Dan. You might be right.
Well, BC, we did a hobby talk last week. We're doing a hobby talk again this week, which means the news might be a little thinner than last week, but I still wanted to give an update. I also had some cards I wanted to highlight here on the show. Oh, boy.
Oh.
But what about you, BC? You got any news you're keeping your eye on out there in the top Star Wars trading card world?
I mean, not in particular. I'm trying to think if there's been. I've just been so dormant on pickups. In terms of what I've really been looking for. I've started focusing a little on baseball cards lately. I've been having some fun doing that. You can usually find them fairly cheap, which is nice. So I'm here. I will share if I can find it. My most recent pickup was one that I forgot that I picked up. It was one of those fun eBay things where you're like, oh yeah, I forgot, and then a card shows up. Let's see if I can find it.
I try to do that for myself on occasion.
Every once in a while. Yeah, I can't find it right now. But I got the Captain Rex in the green.
Oh yeah.
From the Topps Finest series, which was one that did show up, and I was like, oh yeah, I won that auction because I put in a bid at like $7 or something. I just forgot it. Then I was like, no one else bid on it, so I got it for like $5. I was like, sweet, it's gonna go well with my Rebel that I've got. Just need the Sabine, but yeah, I've been fairly dormant in the Star Wars hobby world. I have got I picked up this is a little hobbyish, I guess. I picked up the Visions one shot that came out.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
The Ronin Visions,
a little prequel to the Ronin.
Yeah, fun little issue. The art is the highlight. The stories, it's pretty good, but the art is amazing. It's the same person who did the art. They wrote and did the art in the comic. They did it for the episode of Visions as well. So that's from the Ronin. Then I picked up a new High Republic comic. There's a new High Republic series that just came out. So I picked up the #1 of that. Haven't read that issue yet. But I also picked up the Boba Fett from the whatever the current vintage looking line is. It's the Mandalorian version. I saw the box art. I was like, yeah, it's too cool to not pick up because I'll do a lap around Target whenever I go.
Yeah, of course.
I better go look at the Star Wars toys. Better go see what Legos are in this week. I'm an adult who can afford those things, as opposed to a child who definitely cannot afford those things.
Less allowances.
So yeah, I picked up the Boba Fett. So that's brought my. I think it's what they're calling the vintage line because it's that Kenner board with a nice image on it. I've got Vader and Kenobi from the Kenobi series, and I've got Ahsoka and Boba Fett from Mandalorian.
That's sick. That Boba Fett image of him in the train episode of Mando.
Had to get
it. Peak Boba, baby.
Had to get it. Caught my eye. It's helmetless. The helmet is an accessory. I was like, that's sweet.
It's dope.
Yeah.
Well, cheers on them pickups, BC. I gotta check out the comics myself. I got that $5 blue concept art from Mandalorian Chrome. This is cool image. I hadn't gotten a card in a long time. I'm telling you that the Topps Finest Chrome looking nicer and nicer as time goes by.
Yeah, I think
get some stinkers.
That's the one. If you're gonna open something from this year or recently, I would definitely recommend over the Chrome Beskar. However, if you're looking for a cheap rip, Chrome Beskar is making its way down.
It is.
It's dropped another $5 buccarinos. It's at $90. Still overpriced, but it's kind of almost shocking to me how far those prices have fallen.
Makes sense to me.
it 100% makes sense knowing now what we kind of know about it, that it's a stinky, stinky doo-doo. But if you look at pricing on everything else, it is by far the cheapest hobby box that you can buy of Star Wars on Blowout,
Yeah.
which is like, oh, this was supposed to be a Chrome release for a hot product. Well, if you print a bunch of it and it turns out to be crap, then yeah, the people probably aren't gonna want to buy it. So you're gonna have to lower your prices down pretty low, because I imagine there is a huge inventory of this
Oh
sitting in
yeah.
warehouses everywhere.
Oh yeah.
There is so much of this stuff.
Yeah, they're trying to get rid of that. Trying. It's gonna take a while. That's what I think.
I'll buy 2 boxes for $50. That's where I'm at. I'll do 2 for 50.
Yeah, sounds good. I might do
25
that.
bucks a box.
Yeah, give me two. Give me two parallels.
I just want to open. That's a good price for just opening packs. That's
Yeah.
the cost of admission for pack opening. I'm cool with that.
Well, I'm ready to open some of those packs of tobacco cards, VC. I ordered little tobacco card sleeves to go in a binder.
You see, I'm right behind you. I haven't done it yet, but I'm scouting what I want to display my tobacco cards in.
I was like, I definitely want these in a binder, or the little tiny little tobacco cards.
Yep. 100%.
Excited for those to come out. The other stuff going on, you're up on the Andor cards are coming out.
Yep, just bought episode 5 yesterday. So beautiful. I'm up to date with the most recent release. It's going to be expensive because initially I got the trailer set when that came out. That was at $10. So I was like, yeah, sure, trailer set. The first 3 were all released together because the first 3 episodes dropped together.
Okay.
So those were at 30. So that was $10.
That's pretty good.
And I was like, oh, fantastic. And then episode 4 came out and they're like $20. I was like, oh, see, you had me hook, line, and sinker because you did the first 4 sets that you released for 10, and then you doubled the price. So you got your hooks in me. But I kind of don't mind based on how much I love Andor right now.
Yeah.
There is a card from episode 5 that is Mon Mothma and her husband Perrin sitting in the back of that beautiful blue transport.
Yeah.
I saw that card and I was like, worth $20 immediately.
Yeah, give me
to have this card. What an amazing card. I'm putting out the bounty now for the 1-of-1 Marital Strife Mon Mothma card.
50,000 credits.
Oh, I probably can't do that much because credits are currently a 1-to-1 USD ratio. So
that's right.
Maybe a little less, but yeah. It is like, I don't know. It is such just a wild card that I'm glad it exists, but I'm just generally glad that Andor exists, as we just discussed. So
I'm gonna be jealous of you getting that set coming in. I'm glad I did not see it at 30 for those 3 episodes because I would be locked in too, and I can't afford to be locked in right now.
I know. I have to justify it in my mind of like, is a little over an hour of my work time worth it for this? And then there are days where I'm like, well, I did just kind of sit around and do nothing for a little bit. So I'll say that's what that money is going to, was when I was just sitting around.
Yeah,
I think that's my Andor money.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it.
Yeah, that's how I have to justify those purchases.
I reorganized my shelves and kind of my entire office space. So I was going through some cards. I mean, I came across 2 cards I wanted to highlight, BC. Showcase here.
Please do.
These are some Star Wars Galaxy Series 3 cards, I believe, because, the first one is number 356, and that's how they used to do that. Look at these weird Cantina monsters. And this is something I would like to see on Chrome. It looks like kind of like a creepy 60s pen and ink, like terrifying deep sea image of.
I see that it's also the art for our stream here.
Yeah, I put it up as a little
nice
stream marquee. Of course, my camera is backwards, and then also the other one that caught my eye here, number 338, Skywalker / Vader. This overhead view of Luke, atop the collapsed Vader. Just a weird Weird
What?
perspective here that you don't usually see on a card.
Yeah.
I'd like to see that on Chrome. Look at all that negative
Yeah.
space for the background, assuming they actually do that.
See it at this point with Chrome prices where they are, I'm almost like, if I can just go back and buy the complete sets of all of the
Yeah.
previous Galaxy that I don't have, I'd be like, that might be a way to go because I have almost all of one. You graciously gifted me all of two as the
Yes.
complete set, which is mwah, beautiful. Looks great in the binder. I think I may have a few of three. I have almost all of four, and then from there, it's like I have the 2018 stuff, but would really love to get full sets of all of those in binders at some point, and it can probably be done for a lot cheaper than ripping the new Chrome stuff. But again, still looking forward to seeing what is in
Yeah.
the new Chrome, because it will then dictate on how much I'm going to overpay for specific cards,
Yeah.
most likely. But yeah, I have been looking back at some of the other Galaxy releases, and like, man, these cards, they're just far and away the best thing that Tops has done with Star Wars, and they have like history. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the Galaxy One was like, hey, we're launching Star Wars cards again after those movie trading cards that originally came out, and we're gonna do it with the coolest imaginable thing, concept art and weird art on the back of cards that have like dishes and plates and stuff from weird releases. And it's like, what is this? And it's just a wonderful era of Topps trading cards.
Yeah, kind of the best BC. Uh,
Wouldn't it be cool if the Chrome did the original background Galaxy?
like what do you mean?
So you get the Chrome front, obviously. So the art is the same as, but then the back is
Oh,
also
it's just
like,
flat.
because you have the flat back, but also instead of like, this is the 2022 Chrome Galaxy by this person, it's the actual like on the back. There's like the
Oh,
image
yeah,
of
yeah, yeah. Like
Yoda in
whatever
the
the
Santa costume, yeah,
Yeah.
or
Yeah, that
or
would be
whatever
sick.
text would be on those. Because the
Yeah, I'd
backs
much
of the
prefer that.
Galaxy One are almost as good as some of the front faces of the cards.
It's
There's a lot
true.
of interesting stuff packed on those things.
Yeah, that would be dope. That would significantly increase the value of that product. I don't think
Yeah.
it. I do
I
hope
don't
it's good
either.
though. I've been one of the things that I did too is I hid away most of my collection. I got rid of like a lot of stuff in general. But now the way I display my cards is I have one little shelf with a few cards on it, and then underneath I have these little bins with my my slabbed
Oh,
cards, so I can pull out the bin and do a little Zen gardening every once in a while.
nice. That's nice. Yeah, I need to figure out some stuff. Like if the camera saw what was happening to my right, it would be sort of like, get your cards together, man. Because I've got just piles of stuff that it's like they need to go in boxes at some point. But my top shelf, which is this one, has got my Rebels and animated autograph stuff. This is sportsy mostly, and then this is an unfinished shelf project on this one right here.
Love it.
So I've got some work to do on on that shelf. I've got more of the little like display stands. Um, these these bad guys where you can just pop a card
Oh
on there.
yeah. Yeah,
And
yours
I've
are
got
better than mine. You always get better ones than me. I've bought these that kind of suck. Um, they're too a little too shallow. All my good ones
yeah
are used up, and I've got the little
yeah
foldy ones that are really bad.
yeah. These are, I forget what brand they are, but they come in like a box of like 20 or whatever. So I have two boxes of those now at this point.
The
Uh,
link. Let's see.
I will send you that link. I will also note that my another current hobby woe of mine is dangerously low on top loaders. Plenty of
Oh,
sleeves, but my
BC.
top loader game is out of whack.
They get ruined. I didn't when I went into collecting. I should have understood how quickly those top loaders get scratched to hell to a point where the cards don't look good anymore. I have one box of top loaders left. I got some penny sleeves. Here's my new shelf switch
Nice.
set up there. That's
I love the Bib Fortuna
my
up there.
shelf sitch. Yeah, there's that
So
bib.
good.
I got my PC games here in Vision finally for the first time, and then over there I got lots of cards stacked on the shelf that need to be organized on over. And then of course I've got my little desk side.
Oh, the shelf of honor.
Yeah.
I love that. I love it.
Yeah, beautiful stuff, BC.
So yeah, you did a big, because you said you spent hours reorganizing. I was like, God, I love when I can just sit down with cards and just thumb through things and go, oh, I forgot that I had that. Every once in a while, like, oh, this is a short print that I didn't realize was stashed away in something.
The best that's ever happened is there was a 25 of 25 that Paulette pulled, and neither one of us had caught. I think it was a Battle Plans like X-Wing card. I was going back through like a week later and was like, oh my gosh, it's a 25 of 25.
We got a hit.
We did it.
We got a hit. Yeah, I was doing that with I went and bought a box or a couple boxes of, it's a baseball product called Topps Gallery. It's a I mean, real, like, it's a retail blaster sort of thing. And I was going through them and I had one card that was like, a sketch of what the actual card is. And I didn't think anything of it. I was like, it's Topps Gallery. Maybe it's just like some of them come as like artwork. And then I looked up later and I was like, yes, those come one in every 1,000 packs. I was like,
holy cow.
I was like, wait, what? I was like, hold on, I gotta get a top loader.
Yeah,
take something out so I can put this in a top loader.
That's wild, BC.
It's like, what happened? I mean, it's not like numbered. It doesn't have any other indication other than like it's an image. I mean, it's an image variation sort of thing, but it's the same image that would be on the regular card, but it's like, it's made to look like an art card essentially.
Okay. It's got a little Photoshop painting done on top.
It has, yeah, it's got a little photoshopping. This is the
nice.
card in question. Well, you can tell it's a photograph, and then they did just go in and Photoshop it over. So I'm not sure how desirable it is, but apparently it has some rarity. And I was like, I didn't know.
Yeah, maybe I'll find some this weekend, BC, because I had to move these big heavy shelves. I had to like sit and think about placement of things for like 2 hours. Something I'll do, frequently is change things and change them back. But this weekend, I think I'm finally going to get all my cards sorted. I had so much mess, BC. Mess to get sorted around. I got rid of I used to have a whole other table over here that is now gone.
Nice. Yeah,
and now it's just the shelves and my and my B-Wing poster being heavily featured.
Nice. Yeah, I've got work to do on the homestead here. I was telling you, I do have 6 days off of work. It took a little me time to celebrate me.
As you should. BC, is it when's your birthday? Has your birthday passed already?
It is this day.
Oh, happy birthday, BC. This should have been in the mainline episode, BC.
Nah.
We could have gotten subscriptions out of it, BC.
Nah, that's okay.
I'm going to title it
Happy Birthday,
BC's Birthday Surprise. The surprise is we don't tell him happy birthday.
Yeah, I was thinking last time, I was like, maybe I should try tweeting Shaq.
It's time. Yep.
See if we can get a response. I was also like, what if we did like an attempt at Mark Hamill on my birthday? I was like, hey, do you want to come on the Cargo Bay pod? We can't offer you anything other than exposures to tens of listeners who already love you.
Yeah, I think that'd work out.
Yeah, I thought about it because he typically will like things if it's your birthday, which is a fun thing that he does on Twitter.
Yeah,
like, hey, why don't you just come on the podcast? Yeah, I don't know. I don't think
we may have just crashed.
Yeah, stream is going circle pants. It's back now.
I wonder what that means as far as how I'm gonna have to edit this thing together. VC, I think we've hobby talked.
We did it. The end.
I mean, I do have to go here in 6 minutes anyway. Assuming that we're still being broadcast / recorded in some thing, we just got a comment that says balls. So
balls.
we are out there. Anything you want to say before we wrap this up?
Balls
in space.
Balls in space.
Thank you, Colada. Do appreciate that.
Thanks for the comment. It's comments like that keep us coming back to the internet.
It's true.
To engage with people. Balls to you, friend.
And a balls to you. To you as well.
And balls to you.
Maybe that's how we sign off this hobby
balls
talk.
To you.
Balls to you and to your family. We'll see you next time here in the Cargo Bay, where we'll be talking more about top Star Wars trading cards. Until then, bye forever.
Balls
to you.